Special. Starring Charisse, Nicklaus, Jenny Durante, Patti, and Les Brown and his band of renown. An hour of entertainment from Chrysler Corporation, makers of Plymouth, Dodge, Chrysler, Imperial, Dodge Trucks, Simca, and Sunbeam Automobiles. Chrysler Corporation. And now, here is the star of our show, Bob Hope.
By the way, tonight we're coming to you from beautiful downtown Pasadena. That'll teach NBC to build on a mudslide in Burbank. This is really a special. California just fell in the ocean, and King Kong is holding me above the water. A well-known clairvoyant, Jean Dixon, predicts California is going to disappear in a flood. Personally, I think she has a leak in her crystal ball. Did you know that she predicted that California will fall into the ocean next month? How will they be able to tell? Now we know what Howard Hughes is doing. He wants a seaport. But people are preparing just in case. Chicken Delight just hired 50 skin divers. Mickey Rooney bought a pair of elevator flippers. And Ralph Williams is selling used U-boats. No, if it ever happens, it will be exciting. With all that oil in the water, we'll slide all the way to Hawaii. One very religious man in Santa Monica has built an ark. He has two of everything, but he didn't know what to do when he came to Phyllis Diller. Well, for the jockeys out of Santa Anita last week, the whole world came to an end. A girl jockey won a race. Imagine that, girl jockeys. Well, it's certainly going to make the Daily Double a lot more interesting. I guess they've been accepted. The racing form now has a centerfold. In her first race in the starting gate, her horse turned to the one in the next gate and said, "Hey, Harry, look on my back and tell me what's it look like." And Harry, the horse, said, "Well, Charlie, all I can tell you is that it's wearing lipstick, earrings, and carrying a purse." And Charlie said, "Uh-oh, there goes the neighborhood." The other day at Santa Anita, the announcer yelled, "They're off," and the girl jockey wouldn't come out of the gate. Incidentally, if I look a little green, it isn't because it's St. Patrick's Day. The Oscar nominations are out. Yes, the Oscar nominations are out, so I know what I'm giving up for Lent. I must be getting used to getting left out because I just glanced casually down the list in the paper with no emotion whatsoever. Then my kids bawled me out for getting Charlie Brown all wet. No, really, I don't feel too bad because a lot of great actors were left out. Gregory Peck, Marlon Brando, Paul Newman, Spiro Agnew, Everett Dirksen. No, Cary Grant didn't win anything. Rex Harrison didn't win anything. Rock Hudson didn't win anything. Marcello Mastroianni didn't win anything. There's no joke here. It's part of the therapy that I got from my psychiatrist. I never thought the day would come when I would wish I was Rosemary's Baby. Just my luck, my mother was a square. Alan Bates was nominated for The Fixer, that thrilling movie about Crosby's makeup man. Now, I think I've just about had it with the Academy. You know that picture, The Planet of the Apes? Well, the apes got it for best costume. That's true. Too bad my brother George didn't get into the movie. He's got more hair in his chest than any ape in the picture. And Joan Woodward shouldn't feel angry about Paul Newman not getting a director's nomination for Rachel. Look at Romeo and Juliet. Did anyone see Shakespeare getting nominated for Best Story and Screenplay? When is the Academy going to stop ignoring Shakespeare and me? And 6 nominations for Funny Girl and none for me. Is it my fault because my nose took the wrong off-ramp? I just finished a picture with Jackie Gleason. It's called The Goodyear Blimp Does Its Thing. I love the part. I may get an award for the best supporting bartender. Actually, it's called How to Commit Marriage. It's a new concept in films. We all wear clothes. And I have another bulletin that'll make you feel real good. President Nixon's European trip is now 100% successful. The president just checked, and he got back from France with all his gold fillings. No, it was a record-breaking tour for an American. He visited 5 foreign countries, didn't lend them a dime. Fellow Texters. And did you see that picture of President Nixon lunching with Queen Elizabeth in Buckingham Palace? They were using the same solid gold plates that they used when I lunched at the palace. Only this time they weren't chained to the table. No, President Nixon spent a whole afternoon with General de Gaulle. That was all the time de Gaulle could spare because he had to be back on his pedestal at Notre Dame. Nixon brought de Gaulle a very thoughtful gift, a case of 20-year-old prune juice. They got along famously. Nixon told de Gaulle what a great man he was, and de Gaulle told Nixon what a great man de Gaulle was. And then de Gaulle loaned Nixon his car. You could tell it was de Gaulle's. Instead of jump seats, it had an altar. At the Berlin Wall, President Nixon told the crowds he was of German descent. The mayor of East Berlin hollered over, "Very interesting. Got any relatives living on this side?" From the start to the finish of the trip, Nixon displayed a fabulous memory for names and faces. He really did. He walked up to one dignitary that no one could recall ever having seen before, and he said, "Don't tell me. Spiro Agnew, isn't it?" No, Spiro was very good handling the country while Nixon was away. In fact, he didn't fall on his face until Dick came back. Well, he slipped at the airport on some ice the Democrats left behind. Nixon looked down and said, "What devotion? He's prostrating himself."
Up of reports from our correspondents in combat zones around the world. Here on the campus of the University of Confrontation today, a group of collegiate guerrillas announced the capture of the library, the home ec building, and one drinking fountain. And here on the campus at Nebulous State, the Crimson Tide claims a new intercollegiate record. They jammed 73 faculty members into one phone booth. Now let's go to the dean's office at Rumble University, where the governor of the state is making an important announcement to the press.
Gentlemen of the press, as you know, at 9 o'clock this morning, I appointed a new president of the university. It is now 10 o'clock, time to appoint another one. I want you to meet our new president, the two-fisted, fearless man of steel. I ain't coming out till the shooting stops. Gentlemen, may I present the internationally famous educator and patron of the arts, Dr. Sigmund Sayakawa Durante.
What was your school, Dr. Durante?
Bryn Mawr.
Bryn Mawr? That's a girls' school.
Well, I wanted a liberal education.
Are you going to give the students amnesty?
Certainly not. Let them smoke regular cigarettes.
We've had students scribbling obscene words on school property. What do you think of graffiti? I consider it one of the greatest operas ever written. Saw it 4 times, and you can quote me on that.
Well, gentlemen, I think it's about time we should let this man go to work. If you'll excuse us, please. Thank you very much.
You're letting in the hospital.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, sir, don't forget.
By the way, sir, let me know if there's anything you may need.
Governor?
Yes, sir.
All we need is mutual understanding.
Yes.
Peace and brotherhood between us and the students. But keep them Sherman tanks ready.
Good luck now, Doctor. Remember now, we have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Thank you, Your Highness. And don't worry, ain't nobody gonna inter-tremulate me. I'm surrounded by assassins.
Tiny Tim, eat your heart out. In the name of Allen Ginsberg, Andy Warhol, and Anne Margaret, I claim this office. All right, everybody, barricade the doors, spit out the sleeping bags, and light up.
What's going on here?
That's it like that. It's Scientology. Get him out here.
What do we do with them?
We'll Pearl Harbor all over him.
Now, that ain't no way to talk. What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Shall I tell him or just cash in on the fringe benefits? Wait a minute. You're the president?
In person?
Well, I can't believe it. I've seen more likely candidates on a John Lennon album cover.
I will thank you to remove your whereabouts from my whenceabouts.
Yeah, well, we're not leaving till you meet all our demands.
Okay, what are they?
Well, here's a few of them.
Are these your demands? Or are you selling wallpaper?
Well, first we demand a change in curriculum.
Watch your language. The Smothers Brothers may be watching.
Second, we demand black and white studies.
All right, but most people are buying color sets.
Third, we want weekdays off and weekends off. And on holidays...
Wait a minute. You kids gotta learn to be patient. You know, it's a long, long time from May to December. And the days grow short when you reach September.
If Joan Baez is listening, she'll throw up, I'll tell you that.
What's the matter with you people? Aren't you satisfied? Don't you have enough?
You should talk standing there with your horn of plenty.
Stick that in a bun with mustard and I'll take it.
Is that your nose or is your face holding a freak in?
In the face of superior weaponry, I may have to surrender.
Would it be awful if these things grew together? You might as well surrender because we're going to stay here until you agree that we can have a viable dialogue.
It's all right with me, as long as it's housebroken.
It's like ad-libbing with a frog. That's irrelevant.
No, irrelevant eats peanuts.
Irrelevant?
Irrelevant eats... You forget the line again, huh?
Irrelevant, huh?
That's my line. Let me get the line out.
Irrelevant, huh?
If you don't want to wait for me, don't wait.
I'm just backing away so I can breathe. Oh, a relevant, huh?
Yes. It has a vacuum cleaner at one end and very little responsibility on the other.
The Red Cross in the house. And they wonder why we're rioting. It's the joke gap.
Listen, you won't listen to reason, so I'm going to have the police throw you up.
Wait a minute. You're not going anyplace.
Listen, there's nothing that can keep me here. Nothing.
No? Take care of the girls right there.
Listen, we're gonna kiss you until you close the school down.
The school is still open. Torture will get you nowhere. I hope the boys from the Pueblo are watching.
For me.
Well, this is better than being burned in effigy.
Well, have you had enough? Are you going to close it down?
I'll never quit. Not while I got a lip left. I think she's ready to graduate.
Hey, the bus!
Okay, bell-bottom, let's go.
Stay where you are. One more step and I'll let him have it.
What can I do? I'm irresistible. Follow me, girls.
Wait a minute. When we came in here, they were revolutionaries. Now they're pussycats. What did you do to these girls?
I blew in their ear. Now they'll follow me anywhere.
9 of them? I hope Medicare covers this.
Now you must go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Golden State, California, home of 30 million enlightened citizens, men and women of courage and faith. They've been told by prophets and soothsayers their entire state is going to be shaken by massive earthquakes and tumbled into the sea. Do California citizens take stock in these charlatans and frauds? Do they believe this unscientific pap? Let's visit the home of a typical Southern California suburban couple, Robert and Patti Average.
Wait a minute. What's all this garbage? What are we going to do, drown Formal? I told you, nothing on the raft but absolute necessities.
Well, if we're only taking just what we need, what do we need these for?
Well, that's for shark survival. Any shark tries to climb on board, and I cut him in half with my trusty 6-iron.
I'd like to bet 5 on the shark.
Hey, and you won't need your hairdryer.
It's not mine, it's yours. And this is ridiculous, having the raft right in the living room.
Well, you want the whole neighborhood to know?
And that's another thing. There's something very selfish about all of this, just saving us and nobody else.
Honey, we can't take care of everybody. The Democrats tried that.
Well, I can't believe it. By tomorrow, there'll be no California.
Yeah, all that smog, homeless.
And the swallows will have to fly home to Tijuana.
Yeah, they'll have to do laughing in beautiful downtown Albuquerque.
And our next governor may be Ronnie the Tuna.
Boy, it'll be the biggest day in California history. 500 hippies will get their first bath. Hey, I better turn on a TV. I'll see if anything's shaking like the earth.
And despite the forecast of the astrologers, the astrologists, psychics, and other unscientific persons, I want to assure the citizens of California that they have absolutely nothing to fear from earthquakes, tidal waves, or floods.
Now, let me see. According to my figures, I think I can take along another 100 pounds. Well, it's either Patti or the television set. Well, I hate to do it, but this is the night that William Buckley debates Goldie Hawn, so you've got to go. Hey, what are those?
TV dinners. Well, we have to eat, don't we?
This may come as a terrible shock to you, but this particular raft doesn't have a freezer. Hello? Hey, look, I'm going to tell you one more time. There's not going to be an earthquake. There's not going to be a flood. There's nothing to worry about. Don't you understand? If there was any danger, I'd build a raft, and you'd be the first one to go along with me. Okay? Now take a sleeping pill and get a good night's rest. Good night, Mother.
Don, how can you be so heartless, so cruel? You are a cad.
Please, not on this show. Look, we've got to keep this raft an absolute secret, or we'll be overrun by selfish neighbors who aren't half as deserving as us. It's the mailman. Cool it.
Oh, hiya, Mr. Average. Here's your mail.
Well, thanks again. I don't want to stay you from your swift completion of your appointed round.
Say, you know something? I heard a very funny thing this morning. A guy told me that California is going to disappear right into the ocean today.
No kidding.
Yeah. Boy, we sure get a lot of dinglings in here, don't we? You know, anybody who'd believe a thing like that, has got to be a first-class idiot.
Times like this, I wish I had a dog.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Average. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Hey, what's this?
What's what?
This bundle of stuff you got here in the living room.
Well, we have a parakeet who isn't housebroken.
Hey, it's a raft. Listen, you don't think California's really doomed, do you?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. This is just a planter. You couldn't be safer. Didn't you hear what Governor Reagan said at the airport on his way to Arizona?
Oh, yeah. How long before the ocean comes?
Oh, it may be a while yet. That was just a truck going by on the freeway.
Don't answer it.
Were you just going to leave him standing there?
Don't worry, in a minute they'll be washed out to sea.
It's the Cossacks.
I'll get rid of them. What do you want, Elliot?
Hi. You sounded terrible on the phone. I thought you were sick.
Yeah, well, it's nothing serious, just a touch of bubonic plague. Bye-bye.
No, what?
Just a little...
Oh, come on.
Hey, Pop, the window's open. Come in this way.
Oh, good. Come on in, honey. Pardon me. Good, son, good.
Oh, boy.
Come on in, honey.
You gotta take me with you. I don't want to drown.
What makes you think you'll fit in the ocean?
Please. I'm afraid of water.
That's all we need, our own tidal wave.
Hey, you got room for me and the little lady?
Well, we'll make room.
All right, come on, sweetheart.
Come on, baby.
How about that? I'm not sleeping with 4 cold feet in my back. Oh, you're gonna hate us. We don't have a yacht club for Saturday night dances.
Well, that's okay. My kid's bringing his group.
Noah only had to take 2 of the animals. How did everybody find out? This was supposed to be a secret. Did you blab to everybody?
Well, I only told one lady at the beauty parlor,
Who was that?
Rona Barrett.
Is it too late to get the Queen Mary? All right, everybody off. Everybody out. Out. There just isn't any room.
Where do you think you're going? You heard him. There's no more room.
Oh, let's not be hasty. Maybe we can squeeze a couple more in here.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Oh, it's nothing. I haven't even started. Say, we were sure we'd squeeze you on somewhere. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, of course not. We can always use her for an anchor.
Mother! I rushed over just as soon as I could. I told you not to marry him.
But, Mother, how can you blame the earthquake on Robert?
He's been responsible for every other disaster in our lives. All right now, if everybody will just follow orders, you'll all be safe. I've been on the half-day boat out of Pismo Beach.
I've had it.
Darling, aren't you coming along with me and Mother?
No, I've decided to go down with the state.
Hi, my name is Jack Nicklaus. I'm a golf pro.
4!
Hi, my name is Arnold Potcher. I'm a golf pro and I'd like my ball back. How'd this rock get in here?
This is my home course, the famous Scioto Country Club in Columbus, Ohio. One of the finest clubs in the Midwest.
This is my home course, Crabgrass Hills. Real championship course. We got 9 regulation holes and 1 out behind. The clubhouse. It's for practicing.
I've been playing professional golf for 7 years, and I've been very fortunate. Financially, it's been very rewarding, and I've picked up some very handsome trophies for my rumpus room. I picked this trophy up for winning the U.S. Open. I got this one for winning the Masters. And this? Oh, it's a loving cup. My wife gave it to me for being such a wonderful, cuddly teddy bear.
I won my share of trophies, too. Got this at the El Caballero Ladies Invitational. Had to fight my way out of the locker room. Low round in the famous PGA. Pacoima Garbage Association. A year's supply of free garbage. Bing Crosby Invitational.
I advise all my pupils to use Jack Nicklaus golf clubs, Jack Nicklaus golf balls. They get better distance, and I go a lot farther at the bank.
I recommend Tony Penna golf clubs and Tony's famous espresso golf balls. They give you good distance, and they're delicious with spaghetti and meat sauce.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm expecting a pupil.
Pardon me. Do you know Jack Nicklaus?
Know him? He's my favorite foursome. That's him over there, that mountain on the left. Can I be of help?
No, I want to take a lesson.
Oh, a lesson. You're going to take one from that porky beginner?
Yes. Do you know where I can find him?
Well, if he's still standing up, he's probably at the bar.
You mean he drinks?
Are you kidding? He carries a bigger load than his caddy. Honey, I can't let you take a lesson from that Class C pro. That breath of his is liable to melt your shafts, and that would be awful.
Well, all right. I'll take one lesson. There. What do you think of my equipment?
Well, it's perfect, and I don't even know what you want to play. Now, let me see you swing. Oh, this poor child needs my touch. Here, just put your arms around me and I'll show you how to hold the club. A little lower. Get a good hold, baby. Right there.
Arnold Potcher.
Pardon?
What are you doing with my pupil?
What am I doing? If you don't know, you better take a few lessons.
I've got a good mind to hit you with my 9-iron.
See what I mean? Wrong club.
Lady, I hate to knock another pro, but this dum-dum has choked more times than the Boston Strangler.
Listen, Divot Head, you're talking to a scratch player.
Why don't you join a club with showers?
Gentlemen, why don't we settle this amicably?
We would if we knew what it meant.
I've got an idea, Pouchy.
Yeah.
What about a driving contest?
All right, but I hate to embarrass you. Losers first. Well, so much for putting. Now, now let's see your full swing, huh? Let it all hang out. Yeah, that was a nice little bunt. Now, if you step aside, I'll orbit this pellet right here.
Very nice. What is it, a boy or a girl?
Feel free to take notes anytime. I'll just lose this little kid. There you are. Oh, this is a full swing. Bring me my other sweater.
Hey, you've sliced it.
It's going out over the highway.
As I was saying just before...
Is this your ball, mister?
No, I don't play.
That's his. He's playing a Pinot Espresso.
Oh, yes, that's right. I had a yellow repaint. I remember. Yes.
Well, your ball went through a windshield and caused a 3-car crash, and there's bodies all over the highway. Now, what are you going to do?
Well, I think I'll have to get my right hand over just a little more. Hey, Jack, before you head back for All-Star Golf, how about a free lesson for the Sunday hackers in our group?
What do you want to know, Bob?
Please, I do the comedy.
I know, I've seen you play.
It's awful when they have money. Jack, you've helped thousands of golfers. What's the one thing the average golfer could do to help his game of golf?
Well, Bob, seriously, I think that head position is probably one of the biggest faults the average golfer has, not being able to keep his head still throughout the swing. And I think if he tries to perfect his balance and the timing of his swing, he's got a much better chance of making a good pass and keeping his head still. Now, as I stand over the ball, I try to feel as though my swing and body are just rotating on an axis around my head, sort of like this, just sort of turning around. Now, when I do this, I try to have good balance. I start back, I shift the weight to my right foot, keeping my head still, and at the top of the backswing, all the weight's on my right foot. Then as I start down, I shift the weight to my left side. This brings me down into the hitting area, my wrists are cocked, and as I release, I still keep my head back, hit the ball, keep my head right there, keep looking at the spot where I hit the ball, and finish with the weight on my left foot. I think this will help the average golfer become a lot more consistent.
That's great. Now put it all together and just pour it on once for us.
Okay.
And I'll slow it down later at home. Or on the first tee at Lakeside.
Okay, Bob.
Ow! Wowee! That just passed Zanesville. That's wonderful. Jack, but there's one thing I'd like you to do for me.
Anything for you, Bob.
Well, I'd just like you to look at my swing before you go.
Bob, golf is my livelihood. My wife, babies, children depend on it for the bread they eat. Don't ask me to look at your swing. It might be catching.
Ladies and gentlemen, the entire country is deeply concerned with the problem of overweight. It is estimated that 50% of the adult population is on a diet of some sort. Tonight, we take you to a meeting of one of the few organizations which has had any success in this dramatic problem, the Waist Watchers.
Good evening, fellow flesh shrinkers. Welcome to our weekly meeting of Waist Watchers. In the past week, our own San Fernando Valley chapter has lost a grand total of 950 pounds. All right. Tonight, we're happy to welcome 2 new members. They phoned from the lobby. Won't you come in, please?
Don't stand there. Get a can opener.
Come out sideways.
I don't have any sideways.
Has this ever happened to you before?
Every time I forget to butter my hips. Hello? No, operator, I'm not stealing. I got stuck in it. I'm sorry, I can't do that. No, but if you'll give me your name and address, I'll mail you the booth.
With your help here. And now let's have a real Waist Watchers welcome for our second new member. Come in, please.
Yeah, take off your hat and rocking chair.
Thank goodness. I thought I was being followed.
Welcome to Waist Watchers. Now, I'm Harvey No-Nosh, and this is Herman Blubber.
I'm Janet Jumbo. I'm from Texas.
You sure you didn't bring it with you? Are you related to the Fort Worth Jumbos or the Houston Astrodomes?
You're cute. You know, you're the kind of pet I've always wanted stuffed. But you beat me to it.
Now, the first thing we learn is confession is good for the fat soul. Tell your fellow members your problems.
Well, it may surprise you to know this, but I never eat between meals. And I only have 1 meal a day. However, it's continuous. See, I started out looking for harmless kicks. You know, Tootsie Rolls, marshmallow creams, and then I went on to the hard stuff. Peanut brittle.
Well, I was born fat. When the doctor slapped me, I didn't feel it for 3 months.
Yeah, but things will be different in the future. Now, you all have your diet books. So until we meet again next week, let us rise and repeat the Waist Watchers oath. All right, please. Herman, you may lead us.
Oh, thank you. On my honor, I will do my best, to bring peace and freedom, to the thin person trapped inside of me. I promise to turn off my mouth between meals. And greps very little. If I get up in the middle of the night,
what?
I promise to go to the bathroom, not the icebox. And if I break this solemn pledge... may I wind up in a salami factory with a bad case of lockjaw.
All right. Good night, all. Good night. See you all next week. You remember, think thin.
Have you always been fat?
No. Once I weighed 110 pounds.
When was that?
Well, when I was born. Stork wound up with a double hernia.
I was the only baby in Cleveland delivered by North American Van Lines.
Gosh, we have a lot in common.
Yeah. I knew right away we were meant for each other.
You mean it was love at first sight?
Well, no, I couldn't see all of you at first sight.
Well, may I just lay one little kiss on you?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, they're playing our song again. I love working in the round. Where's Western Union when you need them?
You know, we could kiss if you take off a few 100 pounds.
Well, why do you blame it on me? Why don't you have your lips stretched a bit?
Now, why don't we sit down and talk this over like two mature people?
Okay. Come, sit on my lap.
Well, I can't. You're sitting on it.
Thought it felt kind of crowded.
I'm going to take off 200 pounds, and you do the same, and I'll marry you.
You will? Oh, this town ain't big enough for the two of us, stranger. One of us has got to go.
You don't?
Do you hear me, Jackie?
Oh, how wonderful. You found yourself.
Pardon?
You have found yourself.
Not yet, but I know I'm in here somewhere.
Thank you, Mr. Glover. Good luck, newlyweds.
Alone at last. Come here, you gorgeous thing.
Me, we're both gorgeous since we took... Darling! Don't forget your waist watcher's oath.
I can't help it. I'm hungry.
Well, don't worry, darling. Now, I've ordered a special low-cal wedding dinner just for us. Now, just sit right there. We have breast of parsley, hearts of artichoke, and fillet of rye crisp.
Oh, yes, and my favorite dessert, the juice of 2 poly seeds.
What are you doing?
I'm trimming the fat.
It's good for you, dear. It's full of iron.
Yes, I thought it looked rusty. What's this? It looks like crabgrass.
Well, it is crabgrass. Crabgrass is very slimming.
How do you know?
Well, have you ever seen a fat lawn? Herman.
Huh?
How could you? Just married, and you've already been unfaithful to me. Now, how can you explain this?
Fat worms?
You ate the fish. There's tartar sauce on your breath.
Yes, I ate it. I'm starved, and I'll eat anything. I'll eat that. I'll eat the wood.
Wow. Here's your dinner, sir. Room 907.
Oh, you have the wrong room.
Yeah, but the right person. I'll take this for an appetizer.
Give me that turkey.
Yeah, but I'll give it to you.
Well, I tell room 907.
Tell him it flew back to Capistrano. It's mine here. I got it.
Don't give up everything for one fleeting moment of happiness.
If anybody tries to stop me from eating this, I'll jump. What floor are we on?
The 22nd.
Oh, good. I could finish it before I hit.
What about me?
Get your own turkey.
You dumb, sir. Would you sign the check?
Okay, but I'm not paying for room service out here.
What's going on here? Look here, sir. We do not allow cooking in the rooms.
Hey, buddy. Now, I'm warning you. If you jump, you're gonna be sorry.
Sorry, why?
Nobody likes a little bug.
Would you like to lend me your head? They forgot to stuff this turkey.
Mr. Blubber, NBC here. Are you going to jump or not?
Yes, I am.
Well, could you wait till 7:30?
7:30, what for?
Then you can do it on prime time.
I would get a better rating.
Well, have you ever jumped before?
No, I haven't.
Then that is your real nose.
Take my hand. We'll go family plan.
Oh, by the way, when you go, would you strap this Timex to your turkey?
Hey, what are you doing out here?
I belong here. You're not only my husband, you're a fellow waste washer. When a member is in trouble, we come and we stick together.
Yeah.
If you go, I go with you. And if you eat the turkey, I eat it with you.
Oh, no, you don't. No one's gonna take this turkey away from me. This is my turkey. I fought for it, and nobody. How do you like that? Now they're hijacking the Vatican City. Les? You know, this is just about the season for Easter seals. They're only a little piece of paper with some glue on the back, but they do a tremendous job. They help crippled children to walk, send them to summer camp, teach them to swim. They buy speech therapy, wheelchairs and braces for kids who need them. Be thankful you don't. And show it by your purchase of Easter seals. Good night.
We hope you've enjoyed this hour of entertainment from Chrysler Corporation, makers of Plymouth, Dodge, Chrysler, Imperial, Dodge Trucks, Simca, and Sunbeam Automobiles. Chrysler Corporation. This is Frank Barton, inviting you to stay tuned to Andy's Love Concert, next over most of these same NBC stations.